Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing out there? Everybody good? Make some noise if you're alive and breathing in the building right now. Y'all can do better than that. I said make some noise if you're alive and breathing in the building. So thank y'all for coming out to our regular scheduled slam. As you may notice, my name is not Desan. I'm not a tall, light-skinned brother. But I am the program director right here at Hayti Heritage Center. Y'all show the Hayti Heritage Center some love. So thank y'all for coming out. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the programming that we have going on right now. Technically, we're still in pandemic mode, but we have been doing some of our signature programs. Of course, you know about every third Saturday is our Poetry Slam. Every third Friday, we have, with Be Connected, we have a kind of a block party situation outside with Be Connected. A little bit of everything, DJs, work with William Paul Thomas, and we'll have a new artist next month. So y'all make sure y'all come out and enjoy that. Every second weekend of the month, we have film, our Hayti Next Level film series. And next month, that will be November the 12th and 13th. So that's always the second weekend. Then second weekend, every second Sunday, we have our jazz tribute, Black American music tribute. And this coming month will be Mr. Charles Mingus. So if you like jazz, come through and celebrate that. December will be a tribute to Mr. Stevie Wonder. So y'all come out and celebrate that. So if you didn't know, this is our 130th anniversary of this building right here. So make some noise for that. 130 years in the making. So we're celebrating all year long. You know, the pandemic kind of screwed things up for us celebrating, but we will be celebrating throughout 2022 because the building was erected in 1891. So this building that you see right here is still in the same shape that it was in 1891. So y'all give a round of applause for that. So yeah, Black excellence all over the place. They built the hell out of this thing, if I may say, for it to still be standing 130 years later. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. If you wanna be updated on all of our programming, make sure you go to hayti.org, and you can subscribe to the email list. And if you're a big social media person, sometimes our stuff may not pop in your feed, so go to our feed, Hayti Heritage Center. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Hayti Heritage, and just push the notification so it'll pop up in your timeline. So y'all sit back, relax, meet somebody that you don't know, say hello. You never know. You might make a new friend. And our host will be with us in just a moment. Until then, everybody do what I just said. Turn around, meet somebody that you don't know, say hello. You never know. You might make a new friend. Everybody do that right now. Meet somebody that you do not know, say hello. You never know. You might make a new friend. Everybody do that right now. Just don't be sitting there looking at each other that you came with. Turn around, say hey to somebody. You might make a new friend. You know what I'm saying? New friends buy you drinks. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So y'all hang out, enjoy one another's company. We're going to turn the music back up, and we'll get this poetry slam started in just a little bit. If that's cool, everybody say cool. Cool. Appreciate y'all.
Hello. Hello. Y'all should be a lot more enthusiastic. Y'all just saw this random dude walk on stage and just start talking to y'all. Y'all should be like, hello. Hello. How y'all doing? Wonderful, wonderful. My name is Asana Hanu, and I am the founder and coordinator of the Jambalaya Soul Slam. I am artist in residence here at the Hayti Heritage Center, this wonderful African-American cultural center that you find yourself at on this beautiful, good night. And oh man, it just warms my heart to see y'all. We have been having slams at whatever level they will let us have them at, under whatever restrictions they put down throughout the pandemic. And folks have been showing up to hear poetry and read poetry and share poetry. And honestly, I don't know if I would have made it without y'all, because I knew each and every month we were gonna have this moment. And so that's the first thing I wanna say is thank y'all. Second thing I wanna say is thank y'all for being here on time. I know I rushed them in here, ran up on the stage and everything. Y'all, you know, shouts out to staff, Quentin Talley, who is the program coordinator of this wonderful establishment, St. Joseph's Historic Foundation that runs this beautiful facility. Wendy Jones, who is my right hand, who helps me coordinate this slam, and all of the staff involved in making this place run. Thank you to them for holding it down while I could make my way here. Coming from celebrating another one of our poets who actually turned 50. Y'all applaud for making it to 50. Oh man, this life we live is so beautifully precious, and I hope y'all are living it to the fullest, or if not, y'all got plans to, because you deserve it. All right, let's not get mushy. Let's not get mushy. I'm already riding high on emotions. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I was gonna get there, but since Wendy is gonna be on my case for the rest of the night because I was running late, we're gonna let her get this. And so, any poets who are participating in the slam tonight, can you go out to the hallway? Any poets who are participating in the slam, can you make your way out into the lobby, please? This is how we decide the order for the first round of the slam. So y'all please make your way out. We've got some, I think we got some new names on that list. I'm excited about that. We got some new names on the list for tonight, so which means we're gonna have a really, really good time. All right, so for everyone else who is, here, all right, I feel like that went in and out, but it's all right, we're gonna make it work. For everyone else that's here, thank you so much. We do this each and every month on the third Saturday of the month. We have some amazing things coming up that I'll be telling you about over the course of the night. Next month is one of the most beautiful slams that we ever have. I'll tell you about how that goes down. It's a special themed slam for some especially amazing folks. We got lots of beautiful things that are happening, and can't wait for 2022 when we can really, really get into this thing. So what they're doing is our poets are going out there to figure out how we're gonna proceed through the first round. I'm gonna let you know how this competition is gonna go. Miss Wendy Jones is gonna make her way into here, and I'm gonna need some assistance from some of y'all in order to make this slam work. So in just a little bit, I'm gonna tell how some of you can have the honor of really helping us make this thing go. All right? All right? Housekeeping rules. First thing, any poet that comes to the stage, you want to clap for them as they make their way to the stage. Clap for them when they come to the stage, clap for them when they leave. This is a very hard thing to do. It is not easy to come up here and share all your thoughts, ideas, and dreams and hopes in front of people and have them all just stare back at you. It's not easy, okay? Second thing, cell phones, put them on silent or vibrate. What you do with them after that is totally, completely up to you. I don't want to interrupt your fun. I just don't want to hear the ringtone. So silent, vibrate, place the phone wherever you need to. Doesn't matter to me. Cool. Third thing, the bathroom is out and down and to the left. The men's bathroom is first, the women's bathroom is second. All you have to do if you need to get out of the room is follow the illuminated signs. They will lead you to an exit and you can make your way out of the performance hall. All right, cool, got that out of the way. All right, fourth thing. Whispering is an art form. If you have not mastered it, tonight is not your night to practice. All right. Just get that out of the way. We do not, as a society, know how to whisper, okay? So if you're talking to the person beside you, I don't know, text each other. Y'all got devices? Whatever you need to do so that you're not interrupting whatever is happening on this stage, all right? But please don't do the whole talking with a lot of air in your voice. I can hear you. And then whatever you're saying is going to become more part of what I'm saying, and then we're all just going to be a part of the night, okay? I do it to my students, too. If I can hear you, then everybody's going to hear you, all right? Secondly, if you need to leave for any reason, you know, hey, church finger, please just make your way quietly out of the building. Do not accept phone calls in here. You're like, what are you talking about? People have tried it. There's nothing more uncomfortable being in the middle of the slam and have someone going, I'm at a slam. I'm at a slam. I said I'm at a slam. I gotta go. It's too late. You've already disrupted everything that's happening in here. You are out of order. It has happened, all right? Cool. Clap. Do not snap after a poem. Most of this crowd is pretty young. There's about 5 of you who understand what I'm saying right now because you are old enough to know what Love Jones is. The rest of you are like, why would we snap after a poem? I love y'all. But for the other folks of y'all who just a tad bit older, clap after a poem. Do not snap after a poem, okay? But this is not golf. This is an interactive experience. If you hear something that someone says that resonates with you, don't just stare at them, snap. If a line sticks out, if you move, touch, if you amen and you like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, I agree totally. Do not say all that. You've now become part of the poem. Just snap. Yeah. Right? That lets the poet know that you are with them, that you are listening, and that everything is hitting home. Feel free to snap. All right? Cool. Those are all the rules and guidelines, and if you follow those, then we will have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And once the poets get in here, we're going to kick this thing off, and we're going to, make sure you fully understand exactly how this ride is going to go. We have 3 rounds of competition. Depending on how many poets we have, we'll decide on whether any of the poets are eliminated. What I'm thinking is based on the number of poets that we end up with. We may end up making a cut, but I'll let you know more about that. What that means is some of your poets that you hear in the first round, you may not see them continue. And some of the other poets, you will hear multiple poems from them, but you will not hear multiple poems from everybody. I'm just going to prepare you for that now. And this slam here, it's a funny thing. Sometimes the best poem isn't always the poem that gets the high score. Sometimes life is just unfair. All right, beautiful. So as the poets make their way here, there's a couple of things that I want to let you know about how this goes down. In order to make this slam work, what we're going to need are judges. We're going to need some people who feel judgery tonight, who do not mind being here until the last poem is done. I promise you, we will not keep you here long. We will keep this thing moving. We will get you out of here at a decent hour. But we need some folks. And you don't get a lot of times to judge in your life. Like, judging is pretty frowned upon. But tonight, in here, it is encouraged. And we need 5 of you. Now, you can judge as an individual. You can judge as a couple. You can judge as a row. Form an alliance. I don't really care. We just need 5 sets of judges. Here are the requirements to judge, because some of you are saying, I can't judge. I don't write poetry. I've read a couple poems a couple times, a few Hallmark cards. I don't care. You do not have to know anything about poetry to judge. Isn't that amazing? Isn't this America? You do not have to know anything about poetry to judge. The only thing you need in order to judge is you need to be able to see, hear, and have an opposable thumb. That's it. Because you have to actually hold a marker and write. So that's the only reason why you need the opposable thumb. See, hear, and have an opposable thumb. I need 5 of y'all. Just raise your hand if you're feeling judgery. I love it. I love it. She's like, I'm going to have an experience tonight. We're gonna get the full effect. That's what happens. You're going to date night. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even expect it. He was just, you knew? Yeah, he was like, okay. Hey, get the full experience. I love it. Okay, who else? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You want your own? That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Give them 2 of them. Let's have a battle. I'm not responsible for what happens when y'all leave. Don't blame us for any arguments later on tonight. I choose violence. Let's go. I need to balance this out. I don't know what kind of decision she's going to make. Down here in the front, down here in the front, down here in the front. That is 3. Boom. 4 and 5. That's a good balance. I like that. I like that. That's a good balance. That's a good balance. Poets, in case you're strategizing, pay attention to where your judges are. We've got 2 judges back there. We've got a judge down here, and we've got 2 judges on this side, and we have all 5 of our judges. So now that we have all 5 of our judges, I can now tell them what they've got themselves into. I did a whole lot of stalling and everything, so because we don't tell the judges what they got into before we ask them to judge. We just let them know what their role and responsibility is. But we don't really let them know what they got themselves into. So here's how this goes. Judges, you're going to score each one of these poems on a scale from 0 to 10. 0 to 10. We encourage the use of decimal points. We do not want ties, which means we do not want to be here all night trying to figure out what happens when we get ties. So use decimal points. This is Olympic-style scoring. 7.6, 5.2, 8.4, 9.3, right? 0 is the worst score you can give. I can't believe that anybody who wrote a poem down, got up here and said it in front of you, should deserve a 0. I can't say it's going to be much better. I don't know. But I can tell you that it probably won't be a 0. 0 is if you woke up in the morning and your body ached and you didn't know why, and you realized that someone had put bricks in a pillowcase and had been beating you for the last hour in your sleep. And then after you woke up and realized this, you got up out of bed, and they had left the lights on all night and all the water running. They done ran up the electric bill, the water bill. Your car got 4 flat tires outside. They ate up all the food in your house. And you walked out, stood on your front porch and realized you ain't even in the neighborhood you used to live in. They done moved you to a whole nother neighborhood. You don't know where you live. You don't know where you at. That's a 0. If the poem makes you feel like that, then score it down there somewhere. I don't know if that's going to happen tonight. Now, by the same token, a 10, I think folks are relatively grown in here. A 10 is the most amazing experience you have ever had in your life. It makes you feel things in places you didn't know a poem would make you feel things. And then it made you breakfast and rubbed your feet and told you everything was going to be okay. It cleaned your house, paid all your bills, planned a vacation for you, right? Gassed up your car, washed it, vacuumed it, buffed it. You know what I'm saying? You know it's love when they buff. You know what I'm saying? And then as you walk out of the bed, there's rose petals waiting down the hallway for you. And they've suddenly learned how to play a mandolin, and they're like playing songs for you. I'm just saying that if it makes you feel like that, you might want to give it a 10. Otherwise, score it somewhere in between. Judges, I think we all understand that. After the poem, when the poet's done, I'm going to come and I'm going to say, judges, what say you? You're going to write your score on that dry erase board. Hold it up, turned towards me, which means that the number before the decimal point is on this side. The number after the decimal point is on this side so that I can read it. If it looks too low or looks strange, I'll ask you, are you sure? Flip it around, make sure you turned it the right way. Right? All 5 scores in the air. I'm going to read out all 5 scores. Miss Wendy Jones is going to calibrate them and add them together. We're going to drop the highest score. We're going to drop the lowest score, add the middle 3 together, and that is the poet's score for the round. Don't worry about the math. She's going to take care of this. The poets will also have 3 minutes to spit their poem. In Poetry Slam, they get a 10-second grace period. After that, they actually lose points for going over time. Half a point for every 10 seconds. Don't worry about that. Miss Wendy Jones will keep track of that. But we do have a tradition. If for some reason someone goes over time, this is what we say. We say, if I come out here and I say, such and such got a, and she goes, after a time penalty, we say, you rat bastard, you ruined it for everyone, but it was well worth it. Right? The rat bastard is important. You got to put emphasis on, you rat bastard. Y'all are not talking about me. Y'all are talking about linear time. Right? We don't like linear time. Fuck linear time. Oh, God, it felt good. Felt good to get that out the way. I was careful about the curse words. I didn't know. I was looking at some of y'all eyes. I didn't know how comfortable I could be with y'all, but it felt good to get that out of the way. Lord Jesus, so glad to get that fuck out. Okay. Now, audience, you saw me just hand scorecards to random people in the audience. I have no idea what in the hell they're getting ready to do. There's got to be some checks and balances. So the first score I'm going to call out is the lowest. Here's the one beautiful thing about this audience. Your job is to influence the judges. When I call out their score, if you don't like it, you can boo the score. With all of the angst inside your spirit, you can boo them. Boo them. Boo. I mean a nasty old gritty boo. Boo. Influence them. Bend them to your will. Make them do what you want them to do. They are at your disposal. Boo them. Don't heckle them. Don't throw anything at them. We need them because they're kind of critical to the competition. But boo their ass. Judges, do not be swayed by the audience. You have the power. Let them eat cake. They're merely peasants in your world. You have all the control. Ignore them. Up with the people. Resist the power. Down with aristocracy. Look, this is the way this goes. It goes back and forth all night long. Let's see whose will stands firm and strong. That's the way this goes. Poets, are you ready? Oh, God, Lee, this. Hold on, I'll get that in a second. Audience, are you ready? I swear, y'all have got to be the coolest, most laid-back crowd ever in life. Yes, what I'm talking about. That's what we talking about. Let me ask this again. Poets, are we ready to begin the competition? Not quite, not quite, not quite. Hold on one second, y'all. All right. There must be blood spilled on this stage. We must have a sacrifice to the poetry gods. Feels, it just, every time, it just, the stained glass in here, it feels just, I don't know how I feel. But there must be blood. And so here's what happens, judges. We're going to call up a sacrificial lamb. We call it a calibration poet or a sacrificial poet. This poet is not in the competition, but you're going to judge them as if they are. When the poet's done, I'm going to say, judges, what say you? You'll hold your scores up. We'll read out the scores. You can use this poem and this poem as a calibration. You like a poem better, score it higher. You like it about the same, score it around the same. Like it less, score it less. Of course, you can eventually throw all this out. The only thing we ask judges is that y'all are consistent. Use your gut. Know that you're going to hear more than one poem. So, like, you know, don't fall in love too early. Make them work. Right? Make them work for it, but just be consistent throughout the night, and that's all we ask. All right, are y'all ready for your sacrificial poet? Beautiful. Then without further ado, y'all please put your hands together and welcome William Davis Endless Will to the stage.
There are times when we will have to decide between walk the line, between what we are supposed to do and the choice of the others. The etc., the avoidance, this unacceptance of our duties just lost, and the unfortunate thing is when that being becomes our constant. A barter system trading good faith and sound ways for anger and only the appreciation of it, approach for anxiety, dividing morals from the way we move, just lost in our hiding fact. We are all secretly suffering, hurting, and worried about something. Fact. We are all secretly suffering, hurting, and worried about something. But we have collected the smiles of a moment's need throughout our years to help worries leave, as smiles tell the lies that even the greatest writer couldn't describe. Those grins of get over, because we know we all have been told too many times that nobody really cares. And if someone does, at that moment of vex and distress, they are not there, just lost. And alone is the worst thing to be, as getting too comfortable with self-isolation makes it hard to enjoy some needed company's energy, but when calling for help is only the reminder of the waiting. Just waiting for someone else to make things better. Have you ever called out for help before? Have you ever yelled out for help? It hurts. It's dark and overwhelming, this outspoken giving up on self. I have been just lost in the ocean, myself trying to save someone's overwhelming, outspoken call for help. Now I needed help. Gave myself that needed hurt. Gave myself position to give up on self. Help is what I yelled, only to be met with the waiting. Just waiting for someone else to make things better. But not when I needed. The world decides it must come after that. The dark truth of being alone. Until, as life makes us wait, time is such a heavy weight that we must lift up to pick up self. There are times when we will have to decide, walk the line between what we are supposed to do, which will always help us become, and the choice of the other. The unfortunate thing is that seems to be our chosen option. Just lost. Thank you.
All right, judges, what say you? All right. This is going to be an interesting night. I love it. You know, how this starts off always lets us know how interesting of a night it's going to be. And so poets know this is going to be an interesting night. From low to high, we have a 5.6. Oh, I don't think y'all booed enough. I don't think y'all need to go ahead and warm that up. Y'all need to do that. Then we have a 5.8, a 7.5, an 8.2, and an 8.5 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. That's a range. That's a range for your ass right there. That's a range. Lord Jesus, the 3 point swing. I love it. I love it. I love it. They like, look, y'all talk to us. That's what they say. They say talk to us. Boom, 21.5. I love it. Y'all make some noise for Will. Will is an amazing poet. He also will come out to your event, whatever it is, bar mitzvah, birthday, wedding, divorce party, job celebration. He writes poems on the spot. He brings some beautifully restored typewriters. He'll give him a word. He writes you a poem. You can also order poems crafted, customized from him for any occasion. Y'all talk to Will. Will's amazing. No, not still, but he was the poet laureate of Hillsborough. So y'all make some noise for Will. All right. So we have 7 poets who will be participating in this first round. We're going to have 7 in the first round, 5 in the second round, and 3 in the last round. Just wanted to make sure all the poets heard that, because that's slightly different. 7, 5, 3. All right. Now, without further ado, we're going to have these poets. These poets are, in this order, William, Hassan, Skylar, Letitia, Ivy, Shabazz, and LB. Y'all make some noise for the poets. Hassan, you're up next. Skylar, you're on deck. I say that so that whoever is actually the next poet up will know there's a long walk from the seats up these steps to the stage. We do not need everybody making a dramatic entrance up to the stage. So please start to work, get up, and make sure that you're ready. When you know you're next, if you're on deck, then you know after that poet, you're the next person coming up. So y'all please put your hands together and welcome William to the microphone. Hold on, William? Huh? Okay, hold on, let's try this again. William going once, William going twice, William going 3 times. All right, okay, all right, fine, we're gonna move on. No. It'll be 6, 5, 3. 6, 5, 3. 6, 5, 3. All right. Hold on. That looks like. Oh, all right. Okay. No, not that William. The other William. All right. Sorry, we apologize for that. We apologize for that. Sometimes poets like herding cats. All right. So we're going to continue on. We're going to continue on to keep this thing moving right along. And we will do, actually, I'm sorry, since we'll do 663. So we'll do 663. So y'all please welcome your first poet up to the microphone. Y'all please give it up for Hassan.
Mother, I don't want a fancy funeral. I don't want a coffin made of stained oak wood so glossy you can see your own tears. I don't want a soft lining that my skin won't feel. I don't want your sobs to echo in an open sanctuary as their God stained glass windows beam down. No. And Father, I don't want to wear a suit. Bury me in the shirt he shot me in. The plain white tee that Mr. Officer will so kindly turn into a Yeezy shirt. See, it's poetic that I will die in clothes I couldn't afford to live in, and make sure you put my hands up so ministers can see where bullets crucified me as I tried to swat them away like mosquitoes that don't drink the blood they draw from my skin. And please, don't let Black Lives Matter come to my funeral, Because where Black Lives Matter goes, all lives matter follows, and I don't want you to have to explain to my sister why people are protesting my funeral. People who are so quick to say all lives matter, but they don't care about the refugees we bomb with drones, or the migrant workers that build our phones, or they don't care about the refugees we bomb with drones, or the small Asian children that build our phones, or the migrant workers that toil in our soil, or the Native Americans losing their land over oil, but they scream blue lives matter, like blue lives don't murder, like blue lives exist, like they can't take off their uniform, like I can take off my skin, like how do you tell me I don't matter? Like all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. And speaking of Michael Jackson, please sing no hymnals at my funeral, only old Negro spirituals that our old Negro spirits will recognize and harmonize with. I want you to lead me to them, lift every voice and sing me by and by the listening skies and stormy seas. Please take me to the King and leave me there. Do not put me on a t-shirt. I have no wish to be a fashion statement. Do not complain to social media. I have no wish to be a hashtag. Do not learn who I am. I give no poet permission to pervert my name for points at poetry slams, and do not let them tell you I had a gun. God forbid they catch us with one, because the first one to fight for their right to bear arms is the last one to fight for mine, and the same one to hear he had a weapon and think he deserved it. And then they give him paid leave as a salute to his service. See, they want us to know that they think that we're worthless, so if they pull up behind your ride, it's okay to be nervous, just don't run. Police started as slave catchers, so you won't get far. And these days, they pump rounds into cars like the tank is empty, so just sit back. Relax. Update your profile while he's profiling you. Text your family back while he's calling back up. Dive deep into manners learned on church Sundays. Please and thank you. Yes, ma'am. No, massa. Make no mistake. Your manners might not change your fate, but at least you'll die in your Sunday best, because they killed people. Real people. And mama, I don't want to be nice.
All right. Judges, what say you? Let's get them scores up in the air for Hassan. Let's go, let's go. Okay. All right, okay. All right, okay. I know this is hard. I know this ain't easy. I feel bad for y'all. Okay. From low to high, we got a 7.4, an 8, an 8.8, an 8.8, and a 9.1 for the poet. For a score of, boom, 25.6 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet one more time. And y'all please prepare yourself and welcome our next poet to the stage. Y'all give it up for Skylar. Skylar, come on up here and speak to the people.
How y'all doing? Hi. I just want to introduce myself real quick. I am scholarly outspoken. I hope you don't see me as another hippie poet, but that you hear my words and feel my love, see my pain, hear my dreams, hear me cry, and I hope that you see everything that I go through and see my peep, my game, and everywhere I go, have the area knowing my name, and listen carefully because my message is deep. And I might have to watch what I say because, you know, the feds are quick to put us to sleep. And I'm sorry if I sound a little too aggressive, but sometimes aggression is the only way to get your point across and let it be known. And I'm going to say without this saying until they put me in my tube song. And for the haters, until the day I come home, I just hope I remain strong. And again, for the haters who live in fear of being clear, I just know that it's hard to steer, but everybody got to be good to ever. And every time, all you need sometimes is a beer, and just never lose sight, because it's like a telescope and a cracked light, and my writing is more than just words, it's a story to my life. Thank you.
Okay, all right, Scholar, okay. All right, judges, go ahead and write your scores down. Okay. All right, okay. Oh, the Lord Jesus, all right. I am gonna say this though, like, how many of y'all thought that she was just introducing herself? Like, how many people? I know, right? I was sitting there, I was like, and then about like 4 or 5 lines, I was like, oh shit, no, she just went straight in. I was like, hi. And she was just like, hi, my name is Skylar. And just started like, I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Then, you celebrate the anniversaries and stuff. You're like, what the hell? 6 months of what? What happened? Okay, all right. I'm sorry. From low to high. Low to high, we have 4.2. We have 4.5. A 5.5, a 7, and a 7.5 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. It's about the poetry. Don't worry about the points. I already warned y'all. I told y'all. Don't worry about the points. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean that's just how somebody feels at that moment. But the poetry is what matters. For a score of. Boom. All right. Y'all applaud Skylar. Y'all applaud the poet. Y'all please welcome up the next poet. Y'all give it up for Letitia Nashe.
Color by number. Sometimes I feel as if my life is a color by number painting. All planned out, numbers and colors strategically placed to create this perfect picture. Number 1 is the beginning of me. The color of my skin tone, brown or tan, maybe even tumbleweed, whatever it is you may see. Number 2, it's supposed to be blue, to paint the sky so beautiful for you. But you mess up and use red instead, leaving a stain on your perfectly blue sky. Now it'll never be the same. I know, insane, but that's the name of the game. You must follow the instructions to paint every tree the same old green, the color of pine. But what about me? What about mine? What if I decide to be different, to be free, to paint the trees whatever color I want them to be, to disrupt the stillness and what you see as correct or as perfect as can be? And who's the judge? Is it you or is it me? My perspective is just as important as the next. If I see skies of purple mixed with hues of blue and pink and sometimes a little yellow too, trees painted gray and black to represent exactly where I am, stuck in the shadows of others, lost in the woods, but at times purposely using that space to hide so that I can stop to think and analyze what I'm feeling inside. So instead of coloring by number, I perfectly paint outside of the lines to create what is original, what is me, the images that allow me to be free, no restrictions, just pure creativity.
All righty. Okay. Don DeMarco. Okay, judges, go ahead. Ignore me. Don't give me too much room to start making jokes. Hold on, whoa, Wendy. Let's not do that. Okay. So you're gonna get me in trouble. I'm not listening to you. You are an enabler. You're gonna get me in trouble. None of them like my favorite joke. Okay, that's what that is. It's an inside thing where none of the poets like my favorite joke. We'll talk about that later. All right, from low to high, we have a 7.5, an 8.5, an 8.8, a 9.2, and a 9.5 for the poet. For a score of, boom, 26.5 for the poet. All right, y'all. All right, Shabazz, you're up next. Y'all please welcome your next poet to the stage. Y'all give it up for Ivy Storm. Come on up here, come talk to the people.
Mommy's little girl. Has anybody seen my baby daddy? I always thought this phrase was ghetto, but I really don't know. Has anybody seen my baby daddy? I always find that making life comical makes my son rise a little faster. Made a vow to not show my enemies any tears, so I just throw them off with a little laughter. I have been playing around with a few words and decided to put it in the form of one of my stories. I'm sure it's similar to others that have come in contact with those no good brothers. Not all, but those no good brothers. You know the daddy only when it's convenient for them. I'm gonna get her this and that, but you ain't never seen it or him. And I'm still tripping over how he had my swag slipping. Thought I was in love for years, chest slash open. Heart exposed, sting from salty tears, endless waterfalls and being single fears. When she was born, a pearl of radiance, my lips, your eyes, and my smile, thanking God on every chance. And I admit, being a family entertained my mind for a while, but then his stupidity met ignorance and created carefree. Then reality danced on my dreams and tried to make a fool of me. It was like he lied and I tried to get going and move on, but somehow he must have slid past the smoke detectors because that's all that comes out of his mouth, referring to the BS he's full of, but not the Mary Jane or the Dirty South. Spitting out those false hopes and dreams on what he could do, what he should do, what he would do, but don't nobody ever see you. Just no, so nobody miss you. Just keep it real, you know what I mean? You can't miss what you never had, brothers. It takes a lot more to be called dad. Asking me what about us? What the? See, you almost made me cuss. You tested my Christianity with the use of profanity. Nigga, you must be crazy, or was it me that forgot you was lazy? I can't believe I thought I was in love, or was it the idea of being with somebody young and naive, craving for attention? Trust a deadbeat dad is not a new invention. You keep trying to ignite that same old weak fire. God, please help me turn the sprinklers on and put out any desire I ever had to be with Drew. You didn't mean to say your name. Let me refrain from name calling. You must still be floating in a cloud of purple haze, trying to be all you can be. You must still be caught in a delusional maze. Daddy only there because he wants to. Mommy there because she has to be. I have forgiven you time and time again, even tried to be friends, but there's just some things I don't understand. How can you call yourself a man? You produce the seed and don't provide the means to feed, no sunshine to grow, or even the time to let her know who she is, where she come from. Not even a hand to hold or show her where she's going. This situation is mind-blowing. Please don't confuse my aggression with affection. It just pains me to see my daughter grow with her biological's rejection, neglection. With the help of God, I will give her the world. She will forever be mommy's little girl.
Okay. Okay. All right. I have to remain unbiased, and so now that we have scores, I can. Damn. Hoo-hoo. Damn. There's like 8 people that came to mind I felt bad about. Like, she talking about you if you was just in here. She killing you right now. Like, ugh. I know, and that's the bad part, that I know 8. Like, that's the bad part. From low to high, we have a 7.5. We have an 8. We have an 8, an 8.9, and a 9.0 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. Boom, that's 24.9. Y'all applaud that as well. As you welcome your next poet to the microphone, y'all please give it up for Shabazz.
My soul is wounded. I'm bleeding from my pen. The demons of my past are at my door again. There was a heavy weight against my chest and a cool cheek against my cheek. There was a hollow whisper in my ear, and a hand reached into my chest and grabbed my heart, and the whisper said to me, don't breathe. I didn't breathe. And the whisper said to me, beg for your life. I begged for my life. And the whisper said to me, go tell them about me. Man, I was smoking spice. And cats think you can do a little bit and not go all the way. They don't know that these bad habits like rabs eating up all your cabbage. Addictions will chew you up and spit you out, and these monkeys on your backs are savage. Don't be like me. Don't take that gamble. See, me and O'Malley and his little sister Sally from the valley were rolling bones in the alley behind the galley, and I was crapping out. Arthritis, sugar, the pain, the gout, the change, the route, street burger still clean me out. I don't have no time to powder. Got to keep my feet moving. Caught in a maze, now I know this has to be more than a phase. A good woman prays, but I can't change my ways. I guess I'm just a no good motherfucking dude. And I'm not cussing just to be rude, but I want to accentuate the past behind my views. I know cats out here raked over can't have a clue about the pain of my loss or the bullshit I've been through. I got some pain pieces. You let me down too many times. You let me down too many times. I got some pain pieces. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Judges. Y'all doing a great job, Judge. Audience, y'all need to put a little bit more pressure on them. I think they're getting comfortable. I think they're getting a little comfortable in their job. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was a little light pressure. That was like a massage. You know? I need to put some intense pressure on them. Let them know. I know I am, but it's... So, no, I don't need that. All right, from low to high, we have a 7.8, a 7.8, an 8, an 8.5, and a 10. For a score of, boom, 24.3 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. And y'all welcome, final poet of the first round to the stage. Y'all please give it up for LB.
During the filming of the movie Django, Leonardo DiCaprio apologized for the language, for having to repeatedly call several African Americans in the film nigger. Samuel L. Jackson, his co-star, answered his apology saying, "For you, this is reenacting America at its worst. For us, it's just another Tuesday." Somewhere, at some time, someone dressed in inheritance, privilege sipping on bourbon, spilled his slurred opinions like intoxicant, like insightfulness, like intelligence. He says, clearly, Thomas Jefferson wasn't a racist. Like there was romance in the taking. Like the rape of his slave Sally Hemings is just another form of gentrification, and her brownstone body just needed a new lease on life. Like we haven't been moved enough. Like I can't see that he's trying to evict an emotion out of me. He wants to prove that all black people, we don't speak open palm, only in full fist phrases. But what if I am? I am a run-on sentence of knuckles and knock him the fuck out. I am a foot in his ass punctuation. I am a heartbeat full of handcuffs and beat. I am a fist full of my people's murder and police acquittals. I am all fight. But my ancestors don't. So I don't. And we don't ever get the chance to be riot and righteous. These brown hands can somehow blacken a whole race. This black mouth is expected to speak like we have all the same America when we only have 3/5 a completed history that we learned from your schools, funded by property taxes, from neighborhoods drawn up by your redlining. Don't that look like ending the stream of education at my block? Doesn't that sentence sound like the blueprint for school to prison pipeline? Doesn't that truth make inmate numbers feel like price tags? Call it the cost of black freedom. Call it prison for profit. Call it justice broken but amended 13 times. Ain't we so lucky that America, you still see us? Like you own us? And we are expected to love this? How could we ever love a system that treats us like a possession? How could Thomas Jefferson ever know love when Sally Hemings never had the freedom to give it? So there I was, at a bar, with a fistful of freedom. So I educated, in the hopes that he can look back tomorrow, see the wrong, be the change, be sorry. But for me, it'll always be just another Tuesday.
All right, judges. You know what to do. You know what to do. Y'all, okay, sometimes this is what happens. Judges start getting the hang of it. They get a little quick with it. Okay. All right. Boom. Okay. So from low to high, we have a 8.2, a 9, 9.1, a 9.3, and a 9.6 for the poet. For a score of boom, boom, boom. We're going to figure out the order for the second round, and then we'll jump right into it. Judges, y'all doing an amazing job. Audience, y'all are too. They got a little bit better. Y'all got them right. Y'all got them right. Keep them honest. So, this is my favorite joke, and this is the joke that they hate. We go through this every season. If you've heard the joke, don't say anything, just start giggling. What do you call a fish with no eyes? It's my favorite joke in the whole wide world. Because it's absolutely ridiculous. But it just sneaks up on you. When you think about it, it actually just makes you happy inside. You know, there's some really great jokes, but it's the fun of saying it that makes that joke the gift that keeps on giving. Go to work. Tell that to your friends. That joke is so much fun. Oh my God, that joke is so much fun. I love that joke. All right, we're gonna move right on. All right, in the second round, you're gonna get to hear all of these poets again. So hopefully they're all searching for their second poem. And you're gonna hear them in this order: LB, Letitia, Hassan, Ivy, Shabazz, and Skylar. Y'all make some noise for the poets. And without further ado, we're going to jump right into the second round. Y'all please welcome LB back to the stage.
Just in case you haven't heard, Congress has passed a new immigration bill that forces everyone to take the assimilation reform test. Now, only those that pass are true citizens, but don't worry. That is why I am here with this prep test to help you learn how to think like an American. Okay, let's get started with an easy question. In order to preserve this union, under what circumstances would you kill someone? A, only if they're black. B, only if they're brown, or C, only if they're not from here. Isn't it obvious? The answer is C. When it comes to race in our borders, think coloring books. The picture's only worth being seen if the color stays inside our lines. Morality is such a Crayola pliable concept that bends according to the temperature of its environment, so let's heat things up a bit. Which of the following is most justified? A, the shooting over portraits of Muhammad in Texas. B, the shooting at the AME Zion Church in South Carolina. Or C, the war on terror. Now see, this is a tricky one. Our court system, it prays at the altar of separation of church and state, so murder can only be ordained in the eyes of the law when righteousness is used as an alibi for war. Now do you see why we ask for God to only bless America? Are you starting to feel American yet? Is it starting to make sense why our First Amendment is the right to bear arms? And the First Amendment is the freedom of speech, and the second is the right to bear arms. Your first two rights of freedom are just to protect the way the bells of justice toll. Murder has a better ring to it when you call the victim a sacrificial lamb. Now, is that true or false? Depending on which news station you are borrowing your opinions from, terrorists and police can be the same thing, true or false. Or does it even matter? When an American truth is such a pliable concept, have you ever noticed how it waves like the American flag, beckoning you to converse with its opinions until they sound so red, white, and factual? Send us you're tired, you're hungry, and you're poor, and with empty hearts, pockets, and bellies, it is so easy for us to manipulate them when all we have to do is fill in their blanks. Question: when was killed by the police, we protested. When you wanted change in America, you voted for it. And all that ever got us was. Now, when you are done, place your pencils down, turn over your rights, and wait quietly to be called an American.
All right. Judges. Okay, one more. Boom. All right. From low to high, we have an 8.1, a 9, a 9.2, a 9.7, and a 9.8 for the poet. Sort of. That's exactly what that is. Y'all applaud the poet. It's 27.9. Y'all prepare yourselves for our next poet coming to the microphone. Y'all give it up for Letitia Nashay.
They don't know me. They don't know me, but they think they do. They got me all figured out from my hair to my clothes down to my shoes. Yeah, I grew up in the ghetto, but that doesn't mean that you always have to act so damn ghetto. And I'll admit, sometimes I sit and I reminisce about being that tomboy little girl racing barefoot in the middle of the street, falling down and scraping my hands and my knees on that damn concrete. Somehow I would always win, but fall and stumble at the end, but that never stopped me from getting up and doing it all over again. Yeah, who's next? Who else wants some? See, they don't know me or where I'm from. She went to college. She thinks she too damn good. Nah, nigga, I just didn't want to retire in the hood. And the same people who sit around and do nothing all day have the audacity to look at me and say, why you want to be a teacher? Don't make no money. Excuse me, what do you do? How many degrees do you have? Where's your BS, your MA, or your PhD? My bad, you got me beat. You got 4 BDs. Baby daddies. See, they don't know me or how ghetto I can truly be. I keep it all bottled up inside, trying to share the better part of me. But see, this was supposed to be about me, and I'm making it about you, but that's what the devil will do. All I'm saying is that people don't know me or the shit that I've been through. Father shot and killed when I was only 13. Mother stressed out, turned to drugs as a means. I went to college just to run away, working and going to class each and every day, stressing, wondering if my little brother was going to be okay. I was a full-grown adult before she was clean. See what I mean? No one understands the things that I've heard or I've seen, the scars that I hide physically and emotionally way deep down inside. So never judge a book by its cover or a seed by its name, because it can grow into anything if God sees fit for it to change. And let them think they know you from afar, chittering and chattering about who they think you are. They don't know me, but I do, and that's all that matters if you really want to know the truth. So be you, do you, and stay true to who you know you were meant to be, because for real, they don't even know me.
Judges. Okay. All right. Oh, shit. Yo, know me. Yo, that's that energy right there. You don't know me. Lord, you don't know me. Lord, jeez. Oh, my goodness. Oh, God. She said BDs. I'm like, do you put that at the end of your name on your resume? Like, what? Okay, all right. From low to high, we do my job. We have an 8.0. We have an 8.5. We got a 9.5, a 10, and a 10. Full score of. Boom. That's a 28 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. Y'all please welcome your next poet coming to the stage. Y'all give it up for Hassan.
So my god brother, he was a quiet kid, the strong, silent type. He had 5 brothers, but you could always tell he was a little different. They didn't know how different, though, until they found his YouTube channel, a mosh pit of teenage angst, emo-ness, and cringy jokes that make me smile. See, my god brother, he was edgelord. For those who don't know, edgelord is a term coined to represent those who do risky or extreme things, who love to balance on the abyss. Some would say they do it for attention, but most of the time, I think it's just their personality running from a world that wants them to act normal, existing in the only place where they can truly find peace. In one of his videos, my god brother is playing at the railroad. He's balancing on the tracks. He's dashing from one end to the other. He says, y'all probably think this is lame, but it's not. It's so cool. He says it over and over, and you can hear his excitement. And when he finally spots that train, you can see his elation. And this is the definition of edgelord. Watching 400 tons of steel fly by, hearing iron thunder against iron and feeling no fear. Only wind through your hair and joy in your heart. Close your eyes. Can you see him? Dancing with locomotives like old friends. Balancing on the edge of life and death. All grin and no care bear towards the danger. I think he was numb to the danger. See, most black boys realize early on that danger is a question and your survival depends on refusing to answer it. I got homies like my god brother who find their joy on the wrong side of the tracks. Or the law, who don't look for trouble, but will walk around their neighborhood in the dead of night hoping trouble finds them, because looking danger in the eye is the only time they feel alive. And even I love to live on the edge sometimes. Ain't no two-step like dancing with death. Ain't no better way to learn to appreciate your breath than the moment it's almost snatched out your chest. My heart races a little faster whenever I fit my car in between gaps a little too close for comfort. Switching lanes a litlittle too early or a little too late. Smiling when I make it through, make it to another day. See, I got a theory that all black boys are edgelord. Gotta grow up comfortable with our feet swinging over the abyss. Because society loves to push us to the cliff. Why you think we always ready to jump off, ready to call ones, so quick to drive by after we load guns? Black boys done grown up so close to death, we get happy when we see that nigga. Wonder if he gonna come take this weight off our chest, because our every breath is frowned upon, whether we smile or not. So excuse us if we grin at Grim Reaper like old friend. Yeah, we seen that nigga. He been walking around this neighborhood for years. We just not scared. We not running from trouble, just running from a world that wants us to act normal. Existing in the only place where we can truly find peace, whether that be the highway or the block or the railroad. And as for my god brother, a couple years on Valentine's Day, he caught that train. Or the train caught him. The details are a bit derailing. Just know he ain't here no more. But this poem ain't about grief. It ain't a eulogy. It's a dedication to every black boy that finds their joy on the edge, who looks danger in the eye because it's the only time they feel alive. A celebration of every edgelord that loves to balance on the abyss, and an honor for one who fell off.
All right. I also just want to say, y'all see LB pulling that poem out from behind his back like John Wick? Come on. What in the world? I said, what you getting ready to do with that poem? I swear I seen that move in John Wick. All right, for Loda High, we have an 8.1, a 9.2, a 9.3, a 9.8, and a 9.8 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. That's a 28.3 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. Sometime. All right, y'all please welcome Ivy Storm back to the microphone.
I stood before you, head high, eyes closed tight, too scared to look to the sky, too scared, afraid of what you would put in my sight. What makes us think that from you we can hide, guilt spilling from every tear that I cried, and you tried to show me my sins, too stiff to be moved, steady counting my losses, too stubborn to multiply my wins. Wounds bleeding out and need to be soothed, drowning in a sea of my need to be loved cravings, standing in a desert heart dried out like a California raisin. Growing pains, thinking I knew everything, my misinterpretations of affection for sex, or was it sex for affection? Bouncing from one partner to another, and another, and I'm just one more life spared. With or without latex, sometimes I never really cared. I thought a few seconds of pleasure would heal my pain. Ladies, too many spirits deposited inside you can drive your heart insane. Life is over was my conclusion. He's gone, why am I here? Nobody loves me. Intoxication was my resolution. Wanted to give up instead of putting up a fight. Finding pleasure in soaring through the sky high as a kite. And what goes up must come down. So when I came down, I found that beside me, my pain still sits. So once again, that fire I lit, ignite to nullify, excite the raging I cried out to you, Lord, and I didn't hear nothing. I leaned on the devil because he gave me something. Pleasure for a minute, but it only lasted for those moments. A room infested with sin, hell, I was high while I was in it. I am angry now, and I want to let go of all of my dreams. I'm boiling inside. I don't cry tears anymore. I just cry steam. Nights in my room, sitting in darkness, overwhelmed with the pain, asking the Lord to stop this. Let me go, Lord. I'm done in this world. I don't want to be your little girl. Inventing my own painkillers, my special emptiness fillers, a mixture of pills, vodka, and a bottle of NyQuil. Now I lay me down to rest. My eyes burst, my nose begins to run. I guess you can say I failed my test. No longer will I see the sun. Eyes puff from the impact of the waves of the ocean that flooded my body last night. Mad because even though I wished I was dead, I still awoke to a beam of light piercing through the curtains to my bed. I'm scared, Lord, and I don't know where I'm going. Please open my eyes and start showing me the illumination of all your creations. But then my life came to a pause when my grandmother fell ill. They said it was one of the side effects of one of her life-saving pills. And when she passed, my life moved into slow motion around a circus, trying to line up my priorities and regain my focus. And in the middle of all this chaos, you fulfilled my need. In my mind, you placed optimism. In my belly, you planted a seed. Lord, now I bow before you in awe of your presence. I lift my hands up and I acknowledge your existence. I'm on a battlefield, and now I'm a warrior. I asked how I got here. Now I got a story of how I felt blows with sin from day to day. The spirit grows from within when you just realize that God's love is here to stay. I'm caught in a Christian versus heathen cycle. I sin and get saved, sin and get saved, sin and get saved. Lord, tell me how to get out of this cycle. I'm not ready to die yet. You got my eyes for a reason. Forever in your debt, because living in sin just isn't appeasing. You've given me more than a couple of opportunities. Now I've been blessed with a huge responsibility, a life more precious than my own. I look back on my past and I'm so glad I came home. The things we cannot change, we must not worry. The things we can rearrange sometimes just begin with I'm sorry. Your love is real, and what I can't see, I feel. Forgive me for my wrongs. Guide me in the direction of my rights. Nights in my room, sitting in darkness. Then my father finally turned on the lights.
Judges. Oh, that's cute. Okay, okay. Oh, this is interesting. All right. From low to high, we have an 8.7. We have an 8.8, an 8.8, an 8.8, and a 9.3 for the poet. That might have been the most in sync the judges have been all night for a score of. Boom, 26.4 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. 26.4. All right, y'all please welcome Shabazz back to the microphone.
In the smile of my angel, I see a star sparkling bright. I see lips as soft as dewdrops. I see teeth of ivory white. I see strength come from my weakness. I see joy come from my pain. I see lovely, soft, brown skin. No one else can make me feel the same. This blushing burst of beauty, this flower in the fall. I wonder if my love is enough to satisfy it all. She tongue scoops the poop shoot and played the penis flute. When it comes to knocking boots, she's an ambassador to the troops. Streetwise and kind of cute like pigeons on the roof. Reputation of ill repute, little ghetto prostitute. On her knees in alleyways, but she's not giving praise. She had dreams of better days, but she's caught up in a maze. Confused in cloud nine, rehab while she's doing time. Back on the street trying to find the high that was reason for her grind. Back at it again, getting high full time again. Unable to support the habit and the lifestyle again while trying to be a straight citizen again. Her kids calling her mama again. Now she's in the front seat again, bobbing and bending for paid pleasure again. A cog in the sprocket again. Of the social, political, economic street machine again. She's caught in a revolving door. While the rest of the world calls her a whore, she knows deep down she could be much more. Robbed and raped on a $20 date, finally looking for an escape. Appointment with the counselor. She missed it because she procrastinates. Little ghetto prostitute. Thank you.
Okay, y'all playing now. Y'all just doing y'all. Yeah, y'all. Okay. If I have it one more time, y'all ain't. I don't know what's going on with y'all back there, y'all ain't been that in sync all night. Now all of a sudden. Give me about 2 weeks. I'm gonna start releasing a go to sleep track with Shabazz, just telling y'all warm, encouraging stories that y'all. His voice is so powerful. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just in 2 weeks, I'm telling you, it's gonna make you feel, you're gonna wake up in the morning inspired because he's gonna talk you to sleep and just let you know you're meaningful, you're important. All right, from low to high, we have a 7.2, an 8.2, an 8.7, an 8.8, and an 8.8 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. For a score of, boom, 25.7 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. And y'all keep clapping and welcome Skylar back to the stage.
So the first was just an introduction. I was a little nervous, and I was nervous because I'm waiting to exhale. I'm trying to exhale because my life is a secret, and every day it feels like another Tyler Perry sequel, and the depression inside is hitting me, and every night I stay up because I'm sleep deprived, And I tried to bullshit suicide, but I'm still alive. And I try to tell everybody that if I just keep going on, they just like, sometime you'll get over it over time. And they look at me like if I did something, if I did a crime, and so I'm trying, but I can't get over it over time. But instead, I keep hearing all this pain is helping me, and instead of driving my brain, they keep giving me migraines, and no one is helping me. And they keep pulling my chain, I take no more, and I'm huffing and puffing like a train. And if I go to a therapist, they'll lay me insane. So I can't tell them about my pain, and all this sadness in my heart is hurting, and it feels like I'm stabbed like a million darts. And I don't know if you know the show about 13 Reasons to Die, but right now, it feels like I have more than that on my chart. And all this pain is hurting my heart, and I got 10K reasons on my chart of why I'm waiting to excel and why I'm sleep deprived. Thank you.
Yeah. Judges. Oh, I can't. Is your pen drying up? I can't see. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay. Who's got? Oh. You can help me. I do have my hand. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Okay. All right. Do you need another marker too? Are you good? Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Hold on. Whoa. There we go. Okay. From low to high, we have a 7.2, 7.6, a 7.7, an 8, and a 9.1 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. Boom. Y'all applaud the poet one more time, 23.3. Scholar, we appreciate you. You come on back, come on back. I like it. I love that energy, man. I love to see folks. That's a vulnerable, I don't know if y'all realize that's a very vulnerable moment we just had right there, and I appreciate you. Matter of fact, hold on, where you live? You go to Central? Yeah. Okay, all right. We not don't start. We're not doing this. Don't start. I know there's other HBCU grads in here. We're not getting ready to do this. We're not getting ready to do this right now. It's homecoming season 2. We're not getting ready to do this right now. Okay, we're not getting ready to do this. Okay, all right, calm down. Kelly, what is your workshop? Okay, but you have a course. Okay, there's a reason why I'm asking all this. So the one that you do at the end of the month, is that free or charged? Okay, and then you're going to do they're going to open another chorus session for Catapult. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to make sure you get Skylar's information, right? And I got her fee for your Catapult chorus in December. So, come on, y'all. We gotta look. I want all these young pens to realize that they are supported. We want them writing. Nah, man. Nah. We got to keep all these young poets writing, man. That's what we got to do. So, all right. So, yes. No problem. all this heat up in here tonight. All right, so, huh? No, you are good and grown. And I am good. We have spent a lot of years together. No. All right. All right. So while we wait to find out the 3 poets that are going to move into the final round, unfortunately, we're going to have to say goodbye to 3 of our poets who performed tonight. But y'all make some noise for all 6 of the poets that we've heard tonight. They've been amazing. Shouts out to all the poets in the building who came through to come here and be inspired. We've got some amazing poets in here. I'm not going to put everybody on the spot, but I know we got Fayetteville fam in the building, so you know what I'm saying. There is one person I am going to put on the spot, make her wave like she on a float at the Macy's Day Parade. But y'all, we got some Kinston folk in the building. Yeah. But one of them Kinston folk is Clavette China Roberts, who has an amazing event called Illusions that she's been doing for a very long time. It's 12 years, ain't it? And she is also the Poet Laureate of Kinston. So y'all give it up for Poet Laureate of Kinston in the building. I mean, we got Poetry Fam making it happen all across the state, y'all. All right. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, they got. Yeah, she got on holiday. You know what I'm saying? She got on day down there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so real quick, I'm going to share this poem, and then we can have our final 3 poets, and we're going to give somebody some, a little bit of gas money, and we're going to get up out of here. All right. Cue wherever you're at. All right, here we go. This poem is called Suspense. So here I am at this bar, waiting to be called to the stage, having a roadmap conversation with a woman I want to be my last detour. Knowing full well that my luck has been private road with no through traffic and slow-moving vehicles, another whiskey and I'll forget the hallucinations can happen when road closed looks like rest stop ahead. Have you crash test dummy desperately diving into accidental embraces? She told me she enjoyed suspense. Looked me in my eyes and smiled. I had a moment to change my mind, recognizing that hesitation is often a respectful and compassionate billboard, letting you know that what you need might be waiting at the next exit, but I don't heed warnings well, and I'm not too good with signs. I see potential where others feel desolation. Show me a danger zone, and I see an area under construction. I'm an optimistic land developer who's been an indecisive bulldozer for too long, never knowing whether to dig or bury. I got a hard hat and a lunch box because it's long days' work to rebuild a heart so beautifully broken, fenced into construction sites with lovers wearing orange vests and steel-toe boots who have a lust for demolition, then wonder why all I have are stories of things falling apart. Ask me if I can memory a blueprint of love working, and I'll ask you what examples have I ever had of building to completion. What do I know of joyous occupancy, effective and efficient maintenance? I've watched death and divorce condemn and demolish love and evict hope. Robbing me of any semblance of certainty that is even possible. I'm making it up as I go along. Any plans I detail are just pages of passionate wishes. It's all imagination, ingenuity. Damn it, I'm drawing this shit in crayon. She said she enjoyed suspense. I'm looking for what's suspended in her eyes, her smile, searching for a future I can make tangible, knowing I can cast a spell out of onyx and quartz, the night sky and an island shore. Considered strange for wanting to doctor an alternate reality unlike the ones that she has given her heart to. Spelling love with 2 hearts, one open, one empty, a hand held, and one man on his knees asking for a forever. Impervious to the madness life brings, I want to make a movie, she wants to make an obstacle course. But why jump through hoops when I know how to bend space and time? She waited intensely for a response. I left her with a closing credited silence posted at the bar in an ending scene that featured no goodbye, just a slow fade. Now that's suspense. All right. All right. Yeah, you know? Gotta wait till the next poem, find out what happened after that. Gotta wait for the next poem. All right. So we want to take this moment to say we love you to Skylar, Shabazz, and Ivy Storm. Y'all make some noise. And we will see these three poets battle it out in the final round. Y'all give it up performing in this order. Y'all, what? Can you? Oh. I kind of figured what was happening, but, I kind of understood what was supposed to be happening there, but, I could have just rolled with it, but that was not the correct order. Yeah, I should have talked about my joke. Why are space rocks better than Earth rocks? Because they're meteor.
You go far away now.
All right, so the poets in the final round will be performing in this order. Y'all please give it up for LB, Letitia, and Hassan. Without further ado, y'all welcome LB back to the stage.
At the request of his mother, Jesus' first miracle was turning water to wine. When my mother asked me how I was doing with my drinking, there wasn't enough miracle in me to stop those words from becoming tears. I wanted to tell her how I used to have a 2-drink minimum just to fall asleep, that I hadn't succumbed to alcohol poisoning in months now. I wanted to tell her that I am doing better and that she should believe me this time. When Mary asked Jesus to distill miracle from trial and tribulation, he responded that his time had not yet come, that the space between chance and miracle was measured in desperation, and no one should ever mistake living for God. Mom, I wish that I told you how depressed I was, how I've been bottling up emotions for so long that by the time you called me an alcoholic, I could hear them desperately fermenting in my chest. When you told me how my great uncles drank themselves to death, it sounded like my prophecy, like another reason to hate myself, another affliction to overflow my wanting to live. But what better place to put something that you don't want to spill out of your soul than in a bottle? Jesus, when you turned water to wine, did anyone go home drunk that night? Slurred footsteps, stumbling over the words, destined to have the belly of miracle pour out of them like testimonial, hallelujah heaving, drunk off the spirit, off the miracle from your hands. Was it a sin? Did you serve them and forgive them? Can you forgive someone like? When my mother asked how I was doing with my drinking, I wanted to tell her that this thirst is an inheritance. And when you've been bottling up depression for so long, learning not to spill over into a glass of grief, but to open up and pour out, that takes time. Just like miracles. Mom, I just needed you to believe in me. Jesus' first miracle was turning water to wine. But the most important one was that Mary, his mother, she believed in him. Mom, she believed that he could.
All right, judges. All right, all right, all right. So, I asked my dog, what's 2 minus 2? He said nothing. From low to high, we have an 8.9, a 9.2, a 9.3, a 9.5, and a 9.9 for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. For a score of, boom, that's a 28 even for the poet. Y'all applaud the poet. And y'all welcome Letitia back to the microphone.
Childish thoughts. I wish this baby was really alive so she could feel my grief and pain. It's a damn shame that people see and say something about everyone's life but their own. I wish Barbie was really a doctor so she can fix all my problems, drive away while the sun sets behind my Ferrari. I wish the money in Monopoly was real to help pay all these goddamn bills, to make sure no one ever struggles for a meal. I wish someone knew the conversations that I had with myself on that Fisher-Price phone, in my room feeling all alone, dealing with this shit on my own. I wish all these bears really cared about the way that I feel, clicking through my story like a Viewmaster wheel. Yo, life is not a game. This shit is so real. I wish I could ride off on my little pony and tell Jack to kick rocks with that one whack-ass ball, or hop on my unicorn and fly away to a faraway land like She-Ra and He-Man. But I have to stay strong like G.I. Joe and Jane, fighting these unfair battles over and over again. I wish I could spread a rainbow so bright across the sky to heal this land, the broken promises, and every broken heart. I wish we could be friends like Barbie and Ken, but after all the fucked up things that you did, I'll roller skate right past your ass and pretend we're playing hide and seek. You go hide, I won't peek, but I'll let your ass stay there and never seek to find what the fuck you claim to be, because I never see. I wish Mario or Luigi, I prefer Luigi, will come save me from all these monsters in my life, and I don't have to be a princess because I'm already the queen of sacrifice. I wish someone only knew all the shit that I was going through, but I wrote it down to help me get through, because I will never let it break me, because that's not what real Thundercats do. Ho.
Judges. Uh-oh, this might be where the fight starts. This might be where the fight starts. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Yep, that's 5 scores. All right. From low to high, we have a 9. We have a 9.5. A 10, a 10, and a 10. That's easy math. That's a 29.5. 29.5. I tell you, boy, it's some real ass poems like, yo. You know what I'm saying? If you know that, you ever heard the term real talk? That's real talk. All right. Y'all, please, that's 29.5 for the poet. Y'all put your hands together for that. And y'all welcome our next poet to the stage. Please give it up for Hassan.
Some days I am the drunk, all smolder and angry, lumbering like a bull in a china shop, and on the days that I am the drunk, she is the can. crushed, drained and discarded in a pile of broken and empty. Other days she is the drunk, messy, staggering, giggling out smiles too pretty to ignore. And on the days that she is the drunk, I am the bottle and the cellar. Every bottle in the cellar, glass rigid, care demanding, type fragile, prone to cut when broken. Neither one of us was old enough to drink, but this poem isn't about alcohol. I mean, sometimes it gets involved. Most of the time we're drunk in love, Beyonce style. Her queen bee mentality married to my hoe-sized ego. She's always drafting albums. I stay sketching blueprints. Most days, we be red carpet flawless enough to upgrade any room we reside in. Other nights end up bitter, with me regretting ever telling her tea because now she's in the bathroom drowning her tears in lemonade. Either way, shit always ends up blue, sometimes black. Title like the way ink runs out our plans, how we turn a family feud into something Hollywood-worthy. Both of us are trying to run this town but can't take care of each other. She thinks I'm trying to control her. I think she takes my love for granted. Most of the time, it's all too good to be true, but it's all okay until one of us gets drunk or drained when I stop being battery enough to charge your empty and you have to fill yourself with something warm enough to keep the chills away. Or when I realize that 7 cups is number enough to intoxicate me completely, to numb the pain, to cloud the shame, and forget the blame. She gets drunk and her truth foams out her mouth. I get drunk and spill my fears all over the bathroom floor, but this poem isn't about alcohol. I'm stuck trying not to become the bull that turned my childhood into a china shop. Her mother nursed her a habit for popping pills a little bit more powerful than ibuprofen, but both of us found out that there are easier ways to drown our sorrow. Covered in the sea of covers in my bed, tongues painting necks, days chasing checks. But when the affection begins to trigger the depression and we start to lose direction because of poor connection, we get drunk. Except she's not the can, but she's still crushed because I didn't make her feel like she was a model, like she's in demand, but she can't support. So I take the weight, but that makes me break because we couldn't stand and I'm not the bottle. But I'm still a bunch of broken pieces that she has to coddle, and it cuts her hands. But she'd rather bleed than choose where to eat, so I plot the course because she doesn't plan, and I stay on the throttle. So since it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, we stay in a jam, like when she no longer needs me, glass rigid enough to contain her, or when I can't help but clean up the mess her beautiful makes on our floors, or when we're both supposed to have left a long time ago for something important, but instead we choose to get so intoxicated off each other we skip the occasion. We learn how to cope watching our parents' separations and spend more time filling cups than fulfilling expectation. Our relation never got to its destination because we got drunk instead.
Ha ha! Oh my goodness, yes, y'all. Okay. All right. Oh Lord. All right. From low to high, we have an 8.9. I know some of y'all feeling that way too much. All right. I want to hug all of y'all because a whole lot of people done got drunk up in it. All right, we got an 8.9, a 9.7, a 10, a 10, a 10. So that is 29.7 for the poem about all the drunkenness and dysfunction. Yeah, pray for all y'all. Pray for all y'all, I really am. Lord Jesus. All right, we're going to find out who is going to win this cash money. Now, just to give you a couple of quick announcements. Oh, shoot, you know what? I was intending to do a ridiculous joke after each one of them poems, and I didn't. I know, so I got to do 2 quick and then make these announcements. Here's the first one. All right. Here's the first one. First one, boom. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. Boom. What do you call a fish in a bow tie? Sophisticated. All right, so next month, every November, we have our annual Women's Poetry Slam. That Poetry Slam is women only, and we'll have a fantastic host. I will not be hosting. It's going to be a wonderful occasion. It's one of our most popular slams, and it's a powerful, powerful night of storytelling and poetry. Anyone who's interested in participating, please be here. Sign-ups are at 7:30 p.m. The first 12 poets, we will take the first 12 poets into the competition. It's going to be an amazing, amazing night, so please come out for that. So that's that. There's another announcement. Oh, each one of these poetry slams qualifies poets to be invited back to make our slam team. We're in a unique situation where we're actually going to end up having 2 qualifying slams for 2 different teams. In January, we're going to invite the top poets from last month, this month, and from the Women's Slam, and from December Slam back to come compete. The top 4 poets of that slam will be sponsored and sent on a trip to Oakland, California in April to participate in a national poetry slam competition. All right? Y'all can clap for that. Y'all can clap for that. We will come back in February. February is our annual erotic poetry slam. You must be 21 to enter. We will card you. It is a late night poetry slam. It happens at midnight, and the entire slam is all about grown folks' business. So if you're anyone who writes those really kind of like sensual, tingly poems, February it goes down. Bring them on over here and talk all that talk you want from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. and we can, we're going to ahead and go home how the rest of your morning goes. All right. In March, we'll have what's called our Last Chance Slam. We will then have poets come back again, but in April. But March will be the last chance you have to get your name added to the list. In April, we will pick another team, and that team in June will go to Southern Fried, which is the Southeast Regional Poetry Slam. It's the largest regional poetry slam in the country. It'll be in Louisville, Kentucky. This is year 30 for this slam. And we're going to send a team off to that competition as well. The poets who are on the team for nationals will be invited to finals to slam for the next team. So 2 opportunities. This opportunity in Oakland came up. We really want to send some poets out to Oakland, given the state of the world, but we really want to send some poets out to have this experience. So come on back. Come on back. Women, all you powerful women's voices, come on back next month. Everybody else, come rock with us in December. Earn your invitation back, and let's have some fun. From now through February, we have a writing workshop, poetry writing workshop every month on the 2nd Monday of the month. You can go to the Hayti website, hayti.org, or bullcitypoetryslam.com, or find Jambalaya Soul Slam on Facebook or IG, and we will announce the workshop. It's virtual because we've been bringing in guest facilitators from all over the country each month. We will continue to do that through the winter. Once we get to March, we'll start having workshops here in person again, of course, socially distanced and all of those things, but we've been wanting to give this opportunity, and this allows us to be able to invite some of the best poets across the country to come facilitate these workshops. So be on the lookout for those. It's free. All you got to do is sit in front of your computer for a couple hours and learn some amazing, amazing techniques from these poets and be prompted to pull those thoughts and ideas out and put them on the page. So I think those are all of the church announcements. Let's find out who won. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, man, this is what happens. This is what can happen in that final round. All right. In 3rd place, y'all give it up for LB with an 83.3. LB came through with the John Wick, killing it. Y'all give it up for Hassan in 2nd place with an 83.6. 0.3 of a point. Man, that's why slam is fun. That's why slam is fun. And your winner tonight, oh yeah, yeah, Hold on, let me get this right. Let me get this right, because I got some money. I got some money to hand. That's right. Come on, help me get this money. Came through with that real talk. Yeah. Y'all give it up for Letitia. Yeah, wave to the people. Let them know. Yeah. So, hold on. Before you go, make sure that lady right there has your contact information. Winning this slam. Now, where are you from?
I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia, but I've been in Durham forever.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you finally decided to come over here and rock with us. Make sure we get your contact information, because winning this slam automatically qualifies you to be able to come back in January and April to be able to compete for one of these opportunities on one of these teams. So we got to be able to get hold of you so we can invite you back, let you rock. I see a hand raised. Is it? Okay. It's the I don't have my phone. Somebody tell me what the third Saturday in November is. I believe it's the 20th. Yes, November 20th. Yes. Yes, it is. So that's November 20th. Doors open and poets sign up at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. We'll close the list at 12 or at 8 p.m., whichever one we get to first. No sign-ups in advance, so be here for that. All right. Nope. Yeah, we're not doing that. Because I don't know what's happening with YWIPs. I don't know when it is. Next year? 2022? Okay. So, I'm glad. So, just to explain to you exactly why that happened. So, there is actually a women's competition called the Women of the World Poetry Slam. It's a national competition. And historically, what we've done is we've sent the woman who wins the November Slam, we register them, we cover their registration for that tournament. And so it's under new leadership, and it looks like that it is going to be the last week of March or the beginning of April 2022. Yeah, that's, I'm hoping last week of March, because it was. Okay. So I just want to let you know, please come back next month, support those poets. The winner of that will be able to rep the triangle and go off the national competition. So be ready for that. So come on through. It's going to be a really, really fun occasion. So thank y'all so much for being here tonight. We appreciate you. Judges, if you, yeah, let's let the people know. Judges, if you can just leave your stuff up here, and we'll get it sanitized and ready for next time. Everyone be safe. Meet a poet. Like I said, there's poetry in Kinston. Find out about it. There's lots of things happening all over the state. Go out, support poetry as much as you can. Let's continue to remain safe, and let's take care of each other, y'all. Y'all have a blessed night.